I also think that most or some women take the way that they're dressing to the extreme, because I don't understand why you have to be walking around the rodeo with your ass hanging out and your titties hanging out. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You can look good without being half naked.
So he need to go and grab a girl and grab a guy and be like, "Hun, meet this," and introduce them if that's what he want to do. Go introduce people if that's what you want to do. But mind your business. If niggas is chilling, just looking, let them look. Like they
Maybe
don't gotta
so,
look at it.
but doesn't this speak to something a little higher? Like there's a lack of authentic socialization. That's what he's saying. Like when he goes outside of his home, there is an ambiance that is supposed to be happening. Like I know when I was coming up and we were teenagers, I was a group with my girls and we were kind of looking for the boys in a group and we would talk to each other. There wasn't like this fear, or even if it was, it was sort of like what Willie was saying. Well, you go over there, you do this, you do that. But there's a lack of authentic, like I said, socialization. There's an awkwardness that happens. I bet you if you gave everybody your phone number and your Insta, they just would have been texting all night. And that's what the guy is saying. Like, I didn't come to a party to see everybody be wallflowers and text all night. I know we're people with this age of technology type of thing, but I want authentic conversations to be happening. I want to see that for other people. Now, don't get me wrong, he probably was being a little nosy, but I think it just speaks to what he is saying. Like, social media has hijacked real social interaction. Everybody is faking till they make it. And so when you get in front of somebody, and on top of that, people are not well versed and they're not well spoken and they're just not well read. So they're lacking depth. And like when we speak about vetting, like they don't want to do that. They rather just sit there and be like, when's the quickest way I can get in your panties? Or when's the quickest way I can get to your pocket? Like, so again, I think he's just saying he's just missing that. I could be wrong. This is my opinion, but I think that's what I wrap from that.
I think Pearl's partially right if you're keeping it on a socializing type of, exchange and developing those social skills. But what I heard, and I'm seeing, and I'm actually proud of the men, there's still this spirit in the land where women want the right of first refusal. And I think a lot of dudes is done with that. They like, nah, just what you said, Miss Pearl. You said people socializing. Y'all can talk. If we in the same spot, create that energy. And cats that been getting girls understand this. You never have to walk across the room. She gonna make sure she come within proximity. She may even trip over your shoe. But most dudes don't got that. So they tired of the fact that they walking across the room, putting themselves out there to get embarrassed, shut down, whatever it may be. They like, you know what? Nah, we cool, we chilling. We in here too. They want to make themselves known. Hey, make an effort. Dudes is tired of the first round of refusal. That's what I'm seeing. I'm actually proud of that.
I can
And I agree. I don't mind the exchange. So think me and you all still have to know that we like to be approached. Like we like to feel like we chosen. Like if I am always approaching you, doesn't that set the tone? Like what if you're just not that type of guy? Then I always got to step up and lead the conversation. Like I get where you're saying you want women to initiate conversations because it's the basis of just human social interaction. And
you're not even saying that.
I get that. Then clarify for me, man. What is he saying?
He's saying drop the handkerchief. He's saying if you like a guy, put yourself in his space. He'll do the rest.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying he would like to see more women initiate, and I'm agreeing because I'm saying we're both responsible for that social interaction. But I'm also saying that women still like for men to approach them. So true, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna just land with that. I agree with you. So, I can see.
Pearl, your point is great. Your point is great. However, your peers, they really suck at that, right? Most women are pretty shitty at dropping a handkerchief. I think we're forgetting a lot of things here today. A good majority of women run around with a resting bitch face, right? They're not smiling. How many times do you hear men complain about, well, God damn it, why can't you at least smile? You're not even invited. And I don't even know if y'all remember the period, probably about 2-3 years ago, women were actually nuking men on purpose, filming it and posting that shit. Dudes sliding in the DMs and getting that shit screenshot. Like, no matter what it is, women just don't want to reject you. They want to shoot you the fuck down. And the bigger problem is we're also forgetting that y'all not going to talk to most of the dudes in the first place. Y'all not attracted to that. I think Willie touched on that a little bit. They're not attracted to most of the dudes. So he going to press you, and that rejection shit is demoralizing, right? I've desensitized myself to rejection a long time ago, right? But it takes a lot of muscle memory. Dudes are not being taught by that. And unfortunately, a lot of the single mothers damn sure don't care about teaching their sons how to cold approach a woman, right? Even though it would be very easy for them to do, but they don't. Nobody's putting effort towards it. Where the hell are they supposed to learn these techniques from, right? And then everything else is made so easy. You got dating apps, and there's a lower consequence because you're never going to actually meet the person. Women aren't making it easy, though. You have to do that. And I understand that there is some work for men to do. And I tell, the young bros how to get at that and how to do it. But women make it a really defeating, demoralizing process. That's the problem. If y'all were way more inviting and pleasant, then you probably would see better results. You probably would have more men to approach you. But the dudes who you want, they're not used to approaching chicks. Mod considers himself pretty desirable, and some women agree. And guess what? He said he never pressed a woman. Never. He don't press women. So you got to understand that. The dudes that's out here getting buns is not trying to press you, because there are some women who's going to get in his way. But the rest of the human race, no, they're not having that same type of luck.
And y'all try to make most of the guys pay money too. Y'all try to I seen a lot of y'all want guys to buy you a drink. I've never bought a girl a drink in my life. But y'all want the guys who come up to you and want to talk to you. Oh, you talking to me? Buy me a drink if you want to converse. What? I don't know. Maybe they tired of buying drinks and stuff like that, and not, it not becoming anything.
I will agree with y'all for the most part, because I can say that some women do not make it easy for you to approach them. It can be very demoralizing watching a woman shoot a man down. And then I'd also like to address that last video that we watched there, where he said rodeo is becoming the bootio or something like that. I also think that most or some women take the way that they're dressing to the extreme, because I don't understand why you have to be walking around the rodeo with your ass hanging out and your titties hanging out. It doesn't make sense to me. You can look good without being half naked. And I just feel like more women need to accept that, because as soon as you start talking about it, or you start talking to them about it, it's, oh, well, it's my body. I can dress however I want to dress, and blah, blah, blah. Cool. But then you cannot expect to be treated in a certain manner if you're dressing in a certain manner. That's just my opinion.
Or when a man looks at you and sexualizes over you because that's what you're showing. I don't understand that concept.
Right.
If you got the body for it, ladies, I say go though, because you're gonna have a good time. The Black Rodeo is a lot of fucking fun. The actual event is fun, but
you have to have a certain kind of body to go.
Yeah, if I wouldn't want to be out there built like a juice box with all them pretty women, because then you're gonna stand out and people are gonna notice. It's like being a short dude. Same thing. You will stand out, because it's like where all the attractive women are going to be at one time. So for it'd be 1,000 women and one Capri Sun, you're probably not gonna have a good time.
If you are a Capri Sun, there's someone out there for you.
There's someone trying to cave your rib cage in, like you're a Capri Sun too. However, you might not find them at the rodeo that weekend, because everybody's gonna be going for the bitches with the ass out. Which is,
but is that the problem for real? For real, is that people, all the attractive people, right? And let's just say everybody up in the rodeo, or majority of the people up in the rodeo, they look great, right? It's the people that you could put in videos or. Why do you think it's still an issue if all these great looking people, right, and are together? Why not the interaction? Then if you got some great looking men, everybody tall, if you got great looking women, they got banging bodies, and allegedly that's what each other want, then where's the disconnect?
Well, a man who's that man that you're talking about, that the girls talking about, oh, they think they're the prize, they are the prize. Why would he come talk to you? He doesn't have to. That man is the prize. Before, when women used to not really have to worry about being with a man who had to be more attractive than them, or just as attractive as them, and 6'4" and all that type of stuff. Women used to be the prize all the time in their relationships, and you could tell. And now they talking about they want these guys to be, because I never heard the 6 foot talk until recently, the last 5-6 years. So you want this type of man. He's the prize. Like, understand that. All these girls not walking around with 6'5" boyfriends who are attractive and emotionally intelligent and, you know, can talk good and all that type of stuff. So
if you ever want to know how rare that your dream guy is, just go to the femaledelusioncalculator.com. Put his metrics in, and it'll tell you how many cats you should prepare to buy.